This is the Moshpit Backstage podcast for punk, metal and rock interviews and segments.
Caligula's Horse is a progressive heavy metal band from Brisbane formed in 2011. They are about to embark on a national tour, and on the line I have Jim from the band. How are you, Jim?
I'm doing great, actually. Thank you for asking. I feel well slept, so that's just me.
Yeah, it's always the way to be. Can't get enough sleep.
It's not rock and roll, but it is what it is, and it's just how it is.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so can you tell me a little bit about Progfest, how you got involved and what it feels like to be the headlining act?
Yeah, Progfest, it's funny, but individually I've been sort of involved in one way or another since pretty much the beginning. Like, I remember that, like, it's been around for like 10 years or so, in one form or another, and it used to be sort of like a tour around Australia. And so, like, I know all the guys that are running it, and I've played it a number of times over the years in Brisbane and in Melbourne, in both Arcane and Caligula's Horse. And so it's probably one of my favourite shows to play in Australia, just because, like, there's no other, particularly the Melbourne incarnation of Progfest, like, there's no other show in Australia that sort of captures, a celebration of alternative music and progressive music, something that's, like, a little bit left of center, I guess. So for me, it's always a party. And it's always good because having known all these bands and all these people for that long, it's always like a little reunion or something. So we all get to hang out together and make great music. So,
yeah, that's really cool.
In terms of the headlines, like it just feels good. It just feels right. Like we're at this position now where we're selling shows out around the country and sort of unexpectedly doing quite well overseas as well. So it feels great to be able to come and sort of be the forefront of a show that I love so much.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So you plan to perform live unreleased music on this tour. So what is the feeling about this? And is this something that you do, like, occasionally, or do you usually do this?
Not really. I mean, for the most part, our last couple of tours have been on the back of a new single or on the back of a new release. So it's more like like the set list will be really heavily laden towards material from a new album, but this time around, because there's been a bit of a gap, because our drummer Jeff Irish has left the band and we've replaced him with the more than capable and incredible Josh Griffin. Now we kind of wanted something to introduce Josh to the band and also introduce something like his impact on our sound and gives people something to get excited about to come and see us play. So. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's, we don't have an album for you yet, but we definitely wanted to bring something a little bit new and exciting.
Do you feel like it creates a different feeling in the crowd because it's pretty unexpected?
Maybe. I mean, all of our fans that are coming to see us along this tour know, because we've been hyping the fact that we're going to be playing some new material. But it's funny because our audience, because we've got such a varied group of people, we don't write genre music. We're not out there playing one particular genre that people have that's got a box in their head that it fits into, and it doesn't go outside that. We're the opposite of that. So because of that, we have a broad spectrum of people who listen to our music, and they're the kind of people that want to hear something new. They might want to hear something different. They might not be going as crazy physically as they do for the tunes that they know, but at the same time, if they come to the show, they want to hear it. I know our fans, and they're keen.
Yeah, so on the topic of, you said that you don't fit yourself into a specific genre. Like, you've been named as a progressive band, so is that something that you don't associate yourself with, or what's the go with that?
No, I agree. I mean, like, the progressive sort of moniker is something that, is useful. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of using it, but it's very useful because it basically puts you within a broad brush kind of area of, this is the kind of music you might not necessarily hear on the radio too often, or this is music that might be a little bit experimental, that kind of thing. But if you had to pin it down, I'd say that using progressive alternative rock is probably the best way to describe Caligula's Horse, I suppose.
Yeah, so I've got a question about set lists, which you spoke about just like a couple of seconds ago. When you're performing gigs, how do you choose a set list? Does it make a difference if it's like a small gig or like a big gig?
We usually try to give a consistent performance every night on tour, which means that, we'll have not just a set list, but a repertoire list, of songs that we're going to take on tour with us, and it'll be pretty fixed show to show, because we want people to go, like if we're playing Newcastle and it's a smaller show than, say, selling out our show in Melbourne or Brisbane, we want those guys that come to the show and see us to have the same experience and have the same vibes and the same music and the same performances as people saw in Brisbane and Melbourne. So it stays pretty constant, but in terms of like picking the songs, it depends. Like if we're releasing a new album, it'll be heavily weighted towards that album.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm excited about with this one is that like we're putting together a set list that celebrates the band because we don't have a new release, so there's going to be a little bit of new stuff in there, but there's going to be stuff from every album on this set list.
Yeah, so the people that are going to the show are going to get the whole entire thing. That's really great.
The whole journey.
Yeah.
Start to finish.
Awesome.
Embryo to corpse.
Do you ever take requests, like when you're at a gig, if like a person comes up and says that they want to hear a certain song?
Not really, no. I usually direct them towards the set list, which is usually visible at my feet. Because more often than not, if it's a song they want to hear, it's more than likely that we're going to play it anyway. So, if they're asking for it, I'll just point it out. It's like, we'll get there, man. Just look, it's right there underneath all these other songs.
Yeah. Awesome. So, what are Caligula's Horses' plans for the future after this tour is done?
So this tour is at the forefront of our minds right now, but once that's done, it's basically back to the studio and writing. We want to try and get a new album finished based on the new material that we've got, which we're really excited about. Yeah. We're touring in February with Opeth around the country, which is very exciting. Yeah. And we're actually going to New Zealand with them as well. And then come June, July next year, we'll be over in Europe again, the first of the shows that have been announced for playing Be Prog My Friend Festival in Barcelona, which is going to be incredible.
Cool, yeah. Sounds like you're very busy.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm well rested now, but that's just now.
Yeah.
We'll be back into a toolbox and coffin box in a second.
Yeah, it's like come July next year and you'll be like passed out on the couch from everything.
Yeah, let's do this interview again in mid-2017. And I'll be telling you how much I don't want to be in a band anymore. That's pretty much what's going to happen. I quit. That'll be my quitting. We'll do the press release right here live. It'll be great.
All right, no worries. Well, thank you so much for talking to me tonight. It was great to have a chat with you.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
No worries.
Thanks for listening to the Moshpit Backstage podcast. You can subscribe to us on iTunes and Omni. To find out more about the show, go to www.syn.org.au/moshpit. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/moshpitonsyn and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at moshpitsyn. The regular Moshpit radio show broadcasts punk, rock and metal tunes and interviews every Thursday nights on Syn 9.7 on FM and digital radios. Listeners outside of Melbourne, Australia can stream Syn 9.7 online at www.syn.org.au. Thanks to Vintage Ruin for the music.
Hi, this is Tommaso from Flashgun Apocalypse.
Hi, I'm Enid from Girls Go.
I am Phoebe Pinnock from Heavenly Axe.
Hey, this is Gary Oldmead of the Misfits.
Hey, this is Kat Sproul from Horizon's Edge, and you're listening to the Moshpit on Syn FM.
Hi, this is Einar from Leopard.
Hi, I'm Virginia Lilly from the band Lily.
This is Raul from 1349.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ali from Zebrahead.
Hey, everybody, this is Charlie Benante with Anthrax, and you are listening to the Moshpit on Syn.